Hello again, people. Right, while I'm on a roll with these videos, I might as well keep knocking a few out. And as you know, if I don't make them when I think of these things, then I more often than not forget to do them. So you will know if you follow me on Twitter that I am going balls deep into stock trading charts and this weekend, I actually took it upon myself to uh, really get to grips with FinViz and also, get to grips with some of the stock trading lingo because I'm strictly a forex trader, very focused on forex currencies and commodities, gold and stuff like that. Basically, any chart that has a pulse, as it were, I can trade it. Sometimes I think even ECG charts when you see these hospital programs as well, but that's another thing. Anyway, anyway, I recently found out what a short squeeze was, and I should have known it already, but it doesn't really crop up in conversations with forex because it's just a manipulated market, in my opinion, driven by the algos with a little bit of human intervention when the news articles come in. But short squeeze. A short squeeze, if you watch the video that I posted on Twitter, you will realize that it's short sellers creating potentially these wicks, and as they panic and start to think that the buyers are coming back in, they have to sell to realize their own profits. And by selling, it means they have to buy, and that it just increases this huge move, potentially back on the upside. So I'd already noticed this phenomena, but didn't know it had a name. I just called it a wickfill because when we get a push up, a three candle reversal is a trend. Apologies, that's my another laptop with the fan that's giving up the ghost, I think, so that needs replacing. But this is a trend. Low, high, that little candle there, higher, low, higher, high, close above the downtrend, high, low, lower, high, lower, low. That is a trend reversal. It's a very powerful thing because it means, in this instance, the buyers have overwhelmed the sellers. So, what goes on next? Well, we get a pullback to test the old level to see whether it's fair value. I always use the analogy, how will you know if gold at this price, 2000, moves up to 2,500, or in this case, if we count that space, it looks more like 3,000, a third, and then it comes back to test to see whether there will be any buyers at the 2,000 level, which then makes potentially the 3,000 level valid. Okay, so that's how I view it. Fair value, market profile. I was taught that years ago. I went into a room. Guy made a lot of sense, but as usual, he wandered off and was never to be seen again. Anyway, so we've got the trend reversal up, pullback, continuation. Now we have a potential wick fill situation that I talk about so often, and that would add strength to this short squeeze phrase that is used, phenomena, if you like. So, the reason I pulled up this chart was purely because it came up on my FinViz screener, and I am anal about covering everything that I do. If I do something, I do it properly, as it were. So, look what we've got going on over here as well. We've got an uptrend. Let's make that smaller. Uptrend here, low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. Three candle reversal. It didn't pop back to test it in this case, which I'm finding is often the case with stocks, but a massive wick again, and lo and behold, what happens? The wick got filled. Monthly chart, took 3 months to fill that wick, but if you know this phenomena happens, for whatever reason, you can trade it. So just thought I'd bring your attention to that while I noticed it. This is actually a massive potential wick fill scenario going on here. We've actually had the pullback, so in my opinion, with you know, your initial 3 candle reversal up with momentum. That is a well, slam dunk, as it were. What we do then, you don't just hit this, you watch the pullback happen. You could actually trade the pullback happening, because we know more often than not it will come to test recent resistance broken, as I explained in that gold analogy, to test to see whether it will hold as support. That's what happens. Tests and retests was a mantra I've used in the past and not mentioned for a while. We break and retest, and then we should expect, potentially with all the right triggers on the lower time frames, this to continue up. So I didn't even get round to looking at the lower time frames. I saw this, thought I'd make a video, and that's that. So um, on this lower time frame, we've actually got, you can see that pullback, what happened there. Um, the uh, RSI was running off, momentum was dropping off, should I say. Then we've had another 3 candle reversal with momentum here. Then lo and behold, another pullback, and lo and behold, another wick situation. You know, it's found sellers up at these levels, which is why these levels are tested. It's just the reverse of what I talked about in the up move. You know, this has come down, it's come back to test it to see whether there are new sellers up there. Whether this is driven by the algos again, or whether it is human nature, we shall probably never know the truth. But we can clearly see now, we can draw the descending and ascending trend lines, that connecting the highs that make lower lows. So it's about there. Very rough. I'm not one of these people that's anal about drawing trend lines properly, but you must have, when I say properly, precision, but you must have a low that breaks a recent high, pulls back, and that is now a valid touch point once that high is broken. And the same goes for this one here. Now this is valid because this high has pulled back and been broken by a new high, and that then becomes a valid touch point. So it stands to reason, when price pops back to this potential level here, then it will go similar way if it finds buyers again. So that's it, guys. I won't go off topic and start to analyze this on the lower time frames. It looks very bullish to me based on that monthly, and you can go away and look at this one yourself. So short squeezes, wick fills, what came first? I had no idea that short squeezes existed. I'd heard the term before, of course, but didn't know what it was. I took my time to go to YouTube. Once again, that's another important point. If you want to learn something, crack on with YouTube, crack on, well, the two that I use anyway, and Twitter, and you can educate yourself to what goes on with these charts. I want to get rid of that. That's it. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great day.